Ooh, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing Monday. I really do apologize for the late upload. If you're part of the Learn Plan Profit team, you would have heard in today's live trading session that I was a little under the weather. I took my COVID test today, so hopefully, fingers crossed and all prayers that it ends up coming back negative. But I'm feeling a lot better. And what I wanted to talk about today is why the market performed so well, right? One of the things that we need to take into consideration is when we began to hear the news of President Trump testing positive for COVID, that created a lot of uncertainty. And one of the things that we all know is that when there's uncertainty, the market just really struggles. The market sold off quite a bit, and we haven't made a full recovery, yet. If I'm not mistaken, President Trump is back at the White House and has been able to leave the hospital and stuff like that. So that's great news. And because of that, it at least kind of brings the confidence that it's not going to get worse before it gets better, if that makes sense, right? And I think that's one of the main reasons, as we talked about yesterday in our Sunday stock talk, why we began to see that the market was up about 1%. And if I'm not mistaken, based off of the overall highs, we hit highs of 1.75% for the overall market right up until the close, which is really good sign, right? TQs had an amazing performing day. It closed a little bit over 6%. And what I quickly want to cover is Tesla is something that I've been holding for quite some time. And today, although we had a pretty decent day, it's at $469. I still haven't recovered what I lost in the past or previous 2 days. So I'm still up on the open. But because of that aggressive sell-off due to President Trump testing positive for COVID, that really dropped down or pulled back the market. And although we have gained a little bit of that back, we haven't made that full recovery. And that's something that we also need to take into consideration, that hopefully as he eases or makes a fluid transition back into the White House, we can regain that traction and kind of that confidence that the market can continue to uptrend. Of course, Tesla, it's its own monster when it comes down to the way that it trades. I think that we all know that. One of the things that I want to bring up is for a lot of these tech stocks, we're at a critical point right now, and you guys can feel free to share your opinion down in the comment section. For the past couple of months, we have really struggled to trade above this SMA line. The SMA line is a simple moving average. This is something that a lot of long-term investors look at, and when it comes down to how it's gone above the SMA line from time to time, but it pulls right on back. It goes above it, pulls right on back. Tests that SMA line, pulls right on back. Goes right above it, doesn't hold, and then pulls right on back. So why I'm saying this is, well, based off of previous patterns, the MACD indicator looks just fine. The RSI indicator looks a little bit more on the overbought side, but we are testing previous resistance levels. And this is the only reason that I'm bringing it up. Not for long-term investors, right? Because if you're a long-term investor, this should be irrelevant to you. But for traders, you should understand when something is overbought or when something is oversold, a little bit on the better deal side. Based off of previous trading prices, this looks like it's a little bit more on the overbought side. So although we hope that he makes a fluid transition back into the White House, is that going to be enough to help the stock market or NASDAQ break previous resistance levels? And that's kind of the question to ask yourself. Or is it overbought enough, and due to all the uncertainty, is it safer to say that let's wait for direction to become a little bit more clear, and because it's overbought, that it wouldn't be much of a surprise if we begin to pull back? So the reason that I'm saying this is, although today was a TQs day, as we approach these higher levels around 11,600, I would really take into consideration with the idea of locking in profits until direction becomes a little bit more clear. So I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to SQQQ during the pre-market session, especially if we begin to get proper indication of a potential reversal. And one of the things that we began to see is right as we entered the extended hour session, we were trading up here, and then we saw a significant drop. So these might just be signs of, again, we're testing previous resistance levels. So don't be surprised if we begin to see potential signs of a reversal. So again, that's more for the traders, not much for the investing side. On the investing side, we really just hope that it continues to indicate signs of an uptrend, and if so, we can continue to add more to our position size as we leverage that. So other than that, I wanted to keep today's video super short and sweet. I really appreciate, again, you guys just being able to like put up with me and being extra patient with me today, especially with everything that we have going on today. So other than that, I am excited for the live trading session tomorrow. I still went live in the morning, and I still plan on going live tomorrow morning as well. So if you guys want to tune on in to my live trading session tomorrow at market open, that's going to be that second link down below. But if you're not ready for that, no worries. You guys can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and on top of that, join our free Facebook group with that first link down below. Thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. I hope that we earn your thumbs up, and feel free to share your thoughts on where you think the market is going. Do you think that it's overbought enough that it's bound to pull back, or do you think that we're in the very early stages of potentially being able to make higher highs and break previous resistance levels? So we'll see you guys on the next one, and until then, like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.